Welcome back to TVB News. Officers from the Customs and Excise Department have seized thousands of suspected counterfeit items worth close to $1 million. So far, 33 people have been arrested, 12 of whom were caught selling counterfeit products online. Rani Samtani with the story.
With the Lunar New Year holidays just around the corner, many people have been buying gifts for family and friends. But customs officers warn that some dishonest salespeople have been trying to pass up counterfeit items for the real deal.
We found 17 shops selling counterfeit goods. The price of the counterfeit goods range from 30% to 90% of the genuine goods. In one particular case, the counterfeit goods were even sold at the same price as the genuine. The shopkeeper mingled the counterfeit goods with the genuine goods for sale with a hope to mislead customers to believe that they are genuine. In another case, the shopkeeper alleged that those were outlet stores sold at a discount of 30%.
Over the past 2 weeks, more than 100 customs officers raided shops in Chim Sa Choi, Mong Kok, Sham Shui Po, and Central. They seized 4,700 suspected counterfeit items, ranging from clothing and handbags to phone accessories and electronics, with a value of $700,000. Officers also cracked down on online sales. Using special software to monitor internet auction sites, 12 suspects were arrested for selling counterfeit products online. Customs officers say most of the suspects had full-time jobs and were selling the fake goods online to make a quick buck. Those arrested are aged between 18 and 67.
Some of the counterfeit products are difficult to distinguish from the genuine ones. In one case, a shopkeeper tried to sell this counterfeit smartphone running on a rival company's operating system. Customs officers advise consumers to be more vigilant and to carefully examine the products before they make their purchases. Rani Samtani, TVB News.
The body of a baby girl was found in a public toilet in North Point this morning. A cleaning lady found the dead baby at around 1 p.m. in a black bag above a water tank in one of the toilet stalls. Police officers are unsure of the nationality of the child. The baby is believed to be a newborn because its umbilical cord was still attached to it. Paramedics have yet to confirm the exact time of death, but based on the public toilet's cleaning records, they suspect the baby was left in the toilet between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. The toilet has been cordoned off as officers carry out their investigation.
The first of 18 community recycling stations outlined in the policy speech is expected to be up and running in Sha Tin in the middle of the year. This is part of the government's plan to encourage recycling in Hong Kong. However, as Evelina Leung reports, some feel the plan is not well thought out and it may not be able to achieve its goal of promoting recycling.
What do you usually do with your rubbish? As part of government efforts to encourage more people to recycle, the chief executive announced in his recent policy address that a community recycling station will be set up in each of Hong Kong's 18 districts. The first will be set up here in Shek Mun in Sha Tin. It will be run by a non-profit organization to recycle glass, energy-saving light bulbs, rechargeable batteries, and old electrical appliances. However, some feel there are flaws in the government's plan. Environment Association, which runs a recycling station in Tai Po, pointed out that the Shek Mun site is quite a distance away from the district's population center. So its operator will have to come up with ways to attract residents to take their recyclable items to the station. On the government's suggestion of a collection vehicle picking up recyclable items from the residents, the association's Yao Wing Kwong says they have to look into the details such as the location of the collection points and how often the vehicles will go out to do the collection. Yao also questioned how the scheme will differ from the current recycling bins if the items are collected at fixed locations. In response, the government says the operator of the Sha Tin recycling station will get resources to use vehicles to collect recyclable items in the district. A public consultation on the operation of the new recycling station will be held next month. Evelina Leung, TVB News.
Turning overseas again, the Philippine government will grant amnesty to Muslim guerrillas who are facing or have been convicted on rebellion-related charges. It's all part of a newly signed peace pact which calls for the 11,000-strong rebel force to be deactivated. Officials say the amnesty, which still needs approval from the Philippine Congress, would only cover fighters of the Moro Islamic Liberation Front and exclude guerrillas who broke off from the group and continue to endanger peace. The deal between Manila and the rebels was agreed to yesterday with the help of Malaysia, which has acted as a peace broker for the two sides.
Security forces are working to restore order in cities across Brazil after protests erupted yesterday against the cost of hosting the Soccer World Cup later this year. The largest protest took place in Sao Paulo. More than 2,000 demonstrators marched towards the city centre, some trying to overturn an empty police vehicle. Others set fire to a car and smashed shop windows. Many Brazilians are outraged that the country is spending $14 billion on World Cup-related projects, while schools, hospitals, roads and public security are in dire need of investment. Smaller demonstrations were also held in other cities, including Rio de Janeiro and Brasilia. During the Confederations Cup last June, a dress rehearsal for the World Cup, more than 1 million Brazilians took to the streets. Now protesters have promised the World Cup year will be a year of fight. Now, Tony, on to other sports.
Other sports indeed. Tennis, Australian Open final, and a bit of an upset there down in Melbourne. Let's talk about it. Dramatic developments at the Australian Open in Melbourne. Stanislas Wawrinka defeated Rafa Nadal in 4 sets to win his first Grand Slam championship. Wawrinka took the opening set 6-3. At the start of the second, Nadal suffered a back injury and required treatment. The second set went to Wawrinka 6-2. Amazingly, Nadal continued to play on and grabbed the third set, but Wawrinka clearly rattled for a time, found his game again and wrapped it up in the fourth set 6-3. The Swiss went into the match having lost all 12 meetings against the Spaniard. In the quarterfinals, he picked up his first win against Novak Djokovic. In golf, Tiger Woods has crashed out of his first PGA Tour event of the season, and it happened at a golf course where he usually lifts the trophy on Sunday. Jameson Wong reports.
We raised an eyebrow at the ordinary even par opening round. We're stunned when a player 18 years his junior bettered Tiger's score by 8 strokes. But now we have real questions. At his favorite course, Torrey Pines, Woods shot a 7 over 79 on Saturday. That tied his worst 18-hole score at a PGA event on home soil. Tiger won't play Sunday, missing his first ever secondary cut with his +6 total. The birdie here came after 5 straight bogeys. He signed some autographs for fans, but didn't speak to reporters after his round. Gary Woodland leads after 3 rounds at 8 under par. Second round leader Jordan Spieth, that 20-year-old we were talking about earlier, is 1 back. Jameson Wong, TVB News.
And moving on to football, Liverpool are through to the last 16 of the FA Cup after a 2-0 win at Bournemouth. Victor Moses and Daniel Sturridge were the goal scorers for the Reds against the Championship side. Luis Suarez set up both goals. Other Premiership teams moving on in the competition include Manchester City, Cardiff, Sunderland and Everton.
And finally for tonight, soaring through the sky might seem like a pretty easy feat given our technology today, but for many grassroots families, it's still a dream far away. So a local airline company scheduled a special flight today to take these passengers on a magic carpet ride. Rani Samtani has more details.
It's a pretty exciting adventure for these first-time flyers. Plenty of photos taken to save the moment forever. This girl is playing it safe. After all that commotion, it's finally time to take off. These 160 passengers come from grassroots families who got to take their first flight ever together today. The plane took them soaring over the South China Sea for 1.5 hours. This participant said she was overjoyed. I saw Hong Kong and the sea and clouds. It's all so beautiful. This parent was just happy to see her kids so excited. This kid said flying together with her dad is a memorable experience. The airline's Spirit of Hong Kong community flight invited Chief Executive Leung Chun-ying as a special guest. The CE gave words of encouragement and handed out souvenirs and autographs to all the participants who had a special Sunday up in the air. Rani Samtani, TVB News.
And that's the news. Thanks for watching.
Good night.
Hello everyone, it was mainly cloudy today with sunny periods and some haze during the day. At 5 p.m, the northeast monsoon associated with a ridge of high pressure over southeastern China was affecting the coastal areas of Guangdong. Today's temperatures range from 17.8 to 24.4 degrees, and the current temperature is 17.9 degrees Celsius. The fire danger warning is yellow and the fire risk is high. Safari, how's the weather tomorrow?
Oh. Ah.
Cool in the morning, dry with sunny periods during the day tomorrow. Temperatures will range from 16 to 20 degrees. It will be mainly fine in the following few days. Tomorrow's air quality health index will range from low to moderate. The maximum UV index forecast for tomorrow will be about 6. Now, here's the latest global weather update. Sunny in Shanghai, showers in Taipei, cloudy in Xiamen. Cloudy in Guangzhou and Chengdu, sunny intervals in Macau. Sunny in Beijing, Seoul and Tokyo. Foggy in Bangkok, sunny in Ho Chi Minh City, sunny intervals in Manila. Cloudy in Kuala Lumpur, windy in Singapore, rain in Jakarta. Foggy in New Delhi, sunny intervals in Karachi, sunny in Mumbai. Sunny intervals in Cairo and Nairobi. Showers in Brisbane, sunny intervals in Sydney and Auckland, sunny in Melbourne. Snow in Toronto, cloudy in New York. Cloudy in Vancouver, sunny in San Francisco, sunny intervals in Los Angeles. Cloudy in London, thunderstorms in Paris, rain in Amsterdam, showers in Frankfurt, sunny intervals in Zurich. And that's the weather. Have a great evening.